Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome out to a new video on the channel. You guys showed so much support on the tutorial videos I did for Sword and Shield, and I actually genuinely like the process of making those videos. So I decided to buckle down and make a more challenging video than any of those. Today we'll be seeing if we can beat Pokemon Sword with only using a Wooloo. I know this sounds a little crazy, but I love Sword and Shield so much and I wanted to play through it again and make it a video challenge. Looking at Wooloo's stats, it's a pretty well-rounded Pokemon, but obviously it doesn't have stats compared to its evolved form, Dubwool. In fact, Dubwool's total base stats are almost double Wooloo's. Also, Wooloo doesn't gain a very diverse moveset by level up. Some of the best moves it gets is by TMs and TRs, and even then it doesn't learn many moves. So you can see how this might be a little bit of a challenge. Let's look over the rules I gave myself. 1. I can only use Wooloo in battle. 2. I cannot use any glitches in the game, which I'm really too dumb to even know about any. And the last rule, I cannot use any items in battle, I can only use held items. Now that you know the rules, let's get into the challenge. To start off, I don't know how to gen in Wooloo to be one of the starters. So what I did was I picked Scorbunny since he is my favorite and used him until I was able to get a Wooloo in the game. This doesn't take too long because after you choose your starter, you battle hop once, then go to the Slubbering Weald and get epically trolled by a legendary. Then you get balls and can catch Wooloo. I was able to get one at level 5 and named it Cthulhu because I thought it was pretty clever and funny because this cute little sheep is going to bring destruction to this region. I then headed to Route 1 and took on all the trainers and beat them with ease. I knew a battle with Hop was coming up and I know he has 3 Pokemon, so I thought grinding up Wooloo a few levels would probably be smart. I got Wooloo to level 10 and took on Hop. Wooloo only knows Tackle, so I had to tackle his Pokemon to death. I was able to show Hop the power of my Wooloo, and now it was time to head to Motorstoke. While here, I decided to give myself a quick makeover to make myself look like a queen. Then I headed to the hotel to get some rest and was stopped by some delinquents who called themselves Team Yell. I made sure to show them who's boss and kick their booties out of the building. This is when the challenge decided to kick up. Our next step was to take on Hop once again. But this time he means business. His Wooloo is level 11 and ours is 12, so this fight was pretty even, but by the time I took down his Wooloo, mine was badly injured. He sent out his level 14 Grookey and it was able to outspeed and take down my Wooloo in 2 attacks. I think it is time for some grinding. I remembered that you can go to the Erald area and pick up the leftovers, so I quickly did that. Then I decided to also grind Wooloo to level 17 to give me a little edge in this upcoming battle. I headed back to take on Hop, and I was able to get through this fight with a little over than half my health. I healed up and headed down the route where I was met by a trainer with a Pancham that decided to demolish my Wooloo. It seems my Wooloo isn't living up to its name. I ended up just skipping this trainer and destroying all the other trainers that led up to Bede? I have no idea how you say his name. Let me know how you pronounce his name down below. The battle started off great for me. Then unfortunately, his Gothita decided to tickle me non-stop to where Wooloo literally could do no damage. This was very frustrating. I thought it was time to get Wooloo a better move besides Tackle. I grinded up Wooloo a few levels and it learned Headbutt. This move is going to basically be our best move for the rest of this challenge since it is stab, base 70 attack, and has 30% chance to crit. I went to get my revenge on Bedhead and easily swept through his team, just using Headbutt. It was now time to take on the first gym. I was able to 3-shot his Gossifleur, but then ended up losing a Dynamax Brawl against his Eldegoss. I then grinded up 1 level and thought it would be enough to take down Eldegoss, but I ended up losing again, but this time it was because Eldegoss lived on 1 HP. I almost about screamed, so grinded up and came back at level 26, and this time I knew I would beat that Eldegoss into the pavement. I was able to do just that and got my first gym badge. At this point, I was very confident my Wooloo would be able to wreck every trainer for a long time. Oh, how wrong I was. I ran into Team Yell again, and this time one of them had a Sableye. How in the world am I supposed to get past a ghost type with a normal type? I lost the battle because he was able to whittle me down with scratches. At this point, I thought that if I grinded up a couple levels, I would be able to stall him out. I was right. I came back and played the waiting game until it struggled to its demise. Feeling confident once again, I battled Hop and wrecked his entire existence. I then made my way to Nessa, who is definitely one of the most waifu girls in the game and only second to Sonia, who's just so... Okay, I'm getting a little off track. I screwed up against Nessa, who I was able to almost win against, but ended up losing to her Dreadnought by 1 move. I mean, if I'm going to lose to anyone, thank God it was her, because she's so attractive doing it. Okay, sorry. I know, I need to stay focused. I battled her over and over again, but just couldn't seem to beat Dreadnought. So I proceeded to grind up until I was able to outspeed him and win the battle, which just so happened to be at level 36. I beat down Nessa finally and got my second gym badge. I then headed to the second Galar mine, where I was able to destroy Bedhead with my level 36 Wooloo, and then also team up with Hop to shut up Team Yell. I made it out of the mine and headed to the hotel in Motorstoke, where I was met Marnie, who wanted to throw down. I showed her who's boss, got a good night's rest, and then headed to the third gym. Kabu really knew how to fire up the battle with his Ninetales. He instantly burned me, cutting my attack in half. Oh, so we're playing dirty now. Okay, that's fine. I was able to take out Ninetales, but then ended up getting wrecked by his Arcanine. At this point, I knew I was going to need to be a lot higher level or get lucky with headbutt flinches to take down the Ninetales and Arcanine without getting burned. So I grinded level by level and kept battling Kabu and again and again and again until finally at level 46 I was able to two-shot flinch the Ninetales, then proceed to, no joke, get 2 flinches on the Arcanine. 3 flinches total was the only thing I could do to beat this man. My Wooloo then took down his Gigantamax Centiskorch with 3 hits, and I got my 3rd badge. I then made my adventure through the second part of the wilds to head to Hammerlock. Here, I talked to the chairman, had a quick conversation with Raihan, and then got some alone time with my girl Sonia. After this, I headed to Route 6, where I once again shut up Team Yell and wrecked all the trainers on the route. We made it to Stowan's side, where we were met by Hop once again, who wants to battle us for the millionth time. Wooloo, being level 47 at this point, made his team look like a bunch of weaklings. I then decided to press my luck at the fighting gym, which I knew was going to give me some problems. I was able to make it through the trainers with some help from the lucky flinches I was getting. My Bea was able to easily beat me with the help of the move counter and her clear fighting type advantage. Guess who's grinding again? Woo, my favorite! Every level I grinded, I would go back and try to face her again, and she would just smack me down every time. I made it to her surf edge a few times, but this man just loved crit killing me. Finally, at level 60, I was able to make it past her Hitmontop and Pangoro with 2/3 of my health. I got lucky. Bea decided to take it easy on me and go for a misplay by swords dancing with her surf edge, and because of that, I was able to beat him before he crit killed me. She then sent out her Gigantamax Machamp. I was able to take a hit from him and two-shot it, giving me my 4th badge. We then head up to one of Galar's historical mural sites. Are you kidding me? This looks like a toddler drew this. Anyways, we meet up with Beadman once again and show him what's up in a Pokemon battle. After that, the chairman dumps the Beadman and we get some more alone time with my girl Sonia. After our day, I head into Glimwood Tangle and fly through it to go to Baloney Town and make my way to the gym. I knew this gym was going to be pretty simple since we are a wee bit over-leveled. We basically 3-shot her whole team besides Mawile and received the 5th gym badge from Opal. We then head back to Hammerlock and made our way to Route 7, where we were once again forced into another battle with Hop. Good thing we get to beat him down once again. Wait, why does he have a Trevenant? Okay, this is just not fair. Because I can't hit his ghost type and his overpowered move Horn Leech, I lose the battle and have to rethink my life before challenging him again. I went to see what move Wooloo could learn to hit ghost types. I noticed that he could learn the move Payback, which I thought would be super helpful for this fight. I went and grabbed it behind the professor's house. I never even knew you could even get back here until I looked it up. Feeling confident once again, I went to challenge Hop. I took down the Trevenant with ease and took care of the rest of his team until Rillaboom. Because of his drum beating, he was able to lower my speed enough to beat me by a turn. Literally 1 turn. No joke, I battled this man 20 times and the same thing kept happening. I ended up being able to beat him at level 70. I easily made my way up to Sirchester, where the rock-type gym lies. Since I was a crazy high level and had double kick, which is super effective against this gym, I knew I was going to steamroll it, which I did. None of his rock types could take on to Throoloo. With that, I got my 6th badge. We then headed to go on a date with Sonia, and guess who was there to ruin the date? Hop himself, who wants another freaking battle. Come on, man. Since his Trevenant was no longer on his team, I absolutely destroyed him and impressed Sonia. We then headed to Route 9 to take care of some more Team Yell rascals. After beating them, we made our way through the route and made it to Spikemuth. Is that how you say it? We are met by Marty once again, who I was able to beat easily, like always, and headed into the city. The gym challenge here requires you to have 2 Pokemon in your party, so I added Scorbunny and didn't use him to attack at all since it's part of the rules that I cannot use another Mon. I was very excited to beat this gym since I had a type advantage once again, just like the last gym. Oh, was I in for a rude awakening. Piers sends out Scrafty to start the match and adds Intimidate, which really bones me over. I take Scrafty down, but then was met by an Obstagoon. I didn't realize that obstruct lowers the attacker's defense if they attack, so this hurt me. With both my attack and defense being lowered, Piers won. I thought this was a fluke, so I battled again and lost. This happened a lot more times and it got me very frustrated since I thought this was supposed to be an easy gym for me. I kept grinding a level and trying again, but it wasn't helping. After a while, I saw a pattern in Piers' moves. He would start off with throat chop and then go for obstruct. So I then thought maybe if I defense curled during his turn where he obstructs, my defense would rise instead of lowering. Well, I guess the CPU can tell the future because Piers stopped doing his pattern and would attack me during that turn I defense curled, and it boned me every time I fought him. There were times I would get to his Malamar and end up losing to it, or I would make it to his Stunk Fist and lose to his Sucker Punches. This gym ended up being the worst one yet. I ended up having to grind to level 91 before I even stood a chance. Finally, I made it to the Stunk Tank with enough health to survive his Sucker Punches. I got one headbutt off and he toxicked me, and then resumed to miss 2 freaking attacks because of the one sand attack Scrafty used at the beginning of the battle. With Wooloo's final move before it fainted, it was able to hit its attack to take down the Stunk Tank, but it also died to poison. But I still won the battle because of Rabu in the back of my party. I wasn't sure how you guys would feel about this, but I decided to call it a victory since I knocked out his last Mon, and the last time I saved was 3 hours before this. Yeah. So moving on, we head back to Hammerlock to take on the last gym. Going into this, I thought it was going to be difficult with the weather the gym leader uses and the Dragon Match typing. This was another gym I had to use a second Mon for, so I used Cinderace and only used Workup on it so it didn't use a damaging move to help me out. I lost the first time to Raihan because of his Flygon who used Breaking Sweep twice and lowered my attack twice, which made Wooloo worthless. But the second time I learned from my mistakes and headbutted the Flygon first. I was able to flinch it and then kill it on the second turn, so I was able to avoid my attack getting lowered. I made it to his Gigantamax Duraludon and Gigalith, which I was able to take both out with my Dynamax Wooloo. With that win, I now have all the badges. Ooh, I'm feeling good about this challenge. I then make my way through Route 10 and head to Winden Stadium.
It is now time to rumble!
I quickly embarrass Melanie in front of this huge crowd and then do the same with Hop. Am I getting a little mean? Now we head out of the stadium and have to play hide and seek to find a key for some weird reason. We quickly beat the trainers we have to battle since all they have is steel types, and we destroy them with double kick. We head to Rose Tower and do the same there. Once we get to the top of the tower, we have to battle Olina. She gives me problems because her Frost always lands Will-O-Wisp on Wooloo, which severely hinders me. I battle her quite a few times until I found out that I'm going to need to use an item besides the leftovers so I can cure the burn. I gave my Wooloo the Lumberry, which heals any status problems the Pokemon receives when holding it. Once Wooloo healed its burn, I basically was able to headbutt her team to death. After the battle, we get some weird vibes from the chairman, and we head to get some rest for the tournament the next day. We face up against the Beadman himself first. His first Pokemon is Mawile with the Intimidate ability. Okay, I'm going to hurt whoever made this game. Why does every Pokemon I battle lower my attack? It's like they knew I was going to try this challenge. It's okay though, because we were still able to defeat him even with the lowered attack. Oh my god, it's her again. Okay, Tobin, act cool, act cool. We're able to take her down really easy as well and win the second match. Then we face off against Bea, who beats us the first time because of her stupid Surfetch crit. We end up beating her the second time because she didn't get the crit with Surfetched. Then we face off against Raihan, who we just absolutely destroy. Now it's time to face the champion. Oh wait, no, just kidding. I guess the chairman's gone crazy. Oh no, run, everyone run! We head to the Slumbering Wheel to grab the sword and shield. We make our way now to Hammerlock, where we find the chairman who wants to throw down. This battle is a big problem. His first two Pokemon are Escavalier and Ferrothorn. Escavalier instantly annoys me because he Swords Dances and then uses Mega Horn, which almost kills me every time. By the time I'm able to kill him, I die to the Ferrothorn since it has the ability Iron Barbs, and I'm not able to get enough health back from the leftovers. I knew for this fight I was going to need to be level 100, which annoys me because I wanted to beat this challenge without getting there. Even being level 100, I could not take down this Ferrothorn before getting to yellow health, so I made a last-ditch effort and Dynamax Wooloo to kill Ferrothorn and Kling and Berserker. I was now back to small Wooloo versus Gigantamax Copperjaw. I was sure I was going to lose, but God bless me because when I went for double kick, I got a crit on my second kick, which finished off the Copperjaw. I seriously felt so lucky when that happened because I think that was the only way for me to win. I head upstairs to battle Eternatus and lose to his Gigantamax form since he only attacked me. The second time though, he only attacked me once, and I'm able to defeat and catch him with the help of Zacian and Zabinzenta. It's finally time! We have finally made it to the champion. Let's win this challenge. Yeah, about that. Leon posed way more of a problem than I ever thought he would. Aegislash knowing Sacred Sword and King's Shield really sets me up for a failure in this battle. I quickly figure out I can't win this battle if I'm not Gigantamax at the very beginning of the battle. I also had to play a guessing game when he would go for King's Shield and when he wouldn't go for it. King's Shield, for anyone who doesn't know, lowers your attack if you attack the Pokemon on that turn. So between this and his Sacred Sword, it always set me up to fail. I would just keep soft resetting every time I would hit Aegislash when he went for King's Shield, because if my attack was lowered, I couldn't win the battle. Even when I would make it to Haxorus, it would do more than half my damage with Outrage. Then when he would send in Mr. Mime, it would just take me out. There was no winning this battle. One time I was able to make it to his Charizard, but I didn't have my Dynamax form anymore and was at low health, so it took me out in one hit. After battling Leon and watching this cutscene at least 60 times, I decided that this wasn't possible with my knowledge of Pokemon. I don't know if there was a held item that I could use to prevent me from losing, so I had to break the rules to win this fight. The only way I could find to win this battle was to use some X items. Even doing this, I still lost a couple times since Aegislash would sometimes attack me twice in a row and bone me over. But eventually I was able to get an X speed and 2 X attacks off and win this battle. I honestly don't know if I could win this challenge without using those items. Definitely let me know down below if you think there's a way I could have done it without using items in battle. Overall, I'm very proud of how much of this game I was actually able to complete while following the rules. It just sucks I had to break the rules for the very last battle. But I mean, for my first time doing this, I'm very proud. Definitely let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and if you want me to do something similar to this in the future. I really appreciate everyone who took their time to watch this video, and if you liked it, let me know by hitting that like and subscribe button. With that, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.